When someone says, "I need time to think," it can feel worse than a breakup itself, not because you've lost the relationship, but because you're trapped in uncertainty. When a partner or someone you care for deeply says the words, "I need time to think," it can feel more devastating than a definitive breakup. The finality of a no brings its own sharp pain, a clear wound that can, in time, begin the process of healing. But the request for time is different. It is not an ending. It is a suspension. You're not single. You're not securely partnered. You're caught in a liminal space, a waiting room of the heart where the clock ticks with excruciating slowness. Our brains are fundamentally prediction machines. They have evolved over millennia to identify patterns, to anticipate outcomes, to create a sense of order from the chaos of the world. It helps us know that a dark cloud might mean rain. A smiling face is likely not a threat. When we are faced with ambiguity, this system is thrown into disarray. The brain lacks the data to make a prediction. It registers that lack as a potential danger, triggering a heightened state of alert. Uncertainty can feel viscerally uncomfortable. Your brain isn't wired to wait and see. It's wired to solve the puzzle. When someone says, "I need time," they hand your brain an unsolvable problem, for now. The state of not knowing often sends the mind into an obsessive loop. This is the experience of rumination, replaying conversations, analyzing text messages, scrutinizing past events for hidden meanings. You might lie awake dissecting a single phrase. Did their tone sound distant? Was that emoji affection or polite dismissal? Your mind becomes a relentless investigator of your own recent history. It believes if it re-examines the evidence enough times, it will uncover the missing piece. Each check is a small, hopeful attempt, a message, a call, even a sign they've been online. Finding nothing new reinforces the cycle of checking again later. You are no longer living your life, you are monitoring someone else's, waiting for a signal to release your anxiety. This hamster wheel is exhausting, and it is a common human response to emotional ambiguity. How intensely you feel the pain of waiting is often shaped by your attachment style, your blueprint for closeness. Formed early with caregivers, these patterns influence how you perceive intimacy, security, and separation. They're not rigid categories, but understanding your tendency brings insight. For some, uncertainty is uncomfortable. For others, it threatens the very sense of self. With anxious attachment, distance or withdrawal activates deep fears of abandonment. You feel safest with consistent connection and reassurance. A request for space can trigger alarm. Your nervous system goes into overdrive, compelling you to text, to call, to close the threatening distance. Avoidant attachment may suppress feelings and withdraw into independence, sometimes detaching prematurely to avoid hurt. Secure attachment still feels pain, but with an underlying belief in worth and resilience. Space doesn't erase self. Recognizing your style isn't about blame, it's self-awareness and compassion as you navigate the wait. In anxious waiting, it's easy to imagine they hold all the power, delaying the inevitable, but consider another possibility. Their confusion might be genuine. They may be lost in a complex emotional landscape, truly unsure of what they want or need. People are ambivalent about big decisions. Commitment fears, past hurts, external pressures. Their request may reflect internal conflict, not their feelings for you. They might love you deeply, yet be terrified of what that love entails. Untangling needs can be messy. Thoughtful people ask for time to avoid rash harm. A quick no could feel cruel if doubts remain. Silence may be a clumsy attempt at care. Understanding this won't erase your pain, but it can reduce anger and resentment. See them as human, and be compassionate with yourself. Make your next move from clarity, not reactivity. Waiting hurts because it feels like losing control over your life. Well-being is tied to autonomy, to choosing and directing your path. When your future depends on someone else's decision, you become a passenger. Life goes on hold. You hesitate to make plans, to apply, to travel. Your future turns into conditional clauses, all dependent on an answer you don't have. Paralysis. You can't move forward. You can't go back. Silence chips at self-esteem. Your anxious mind mistakes it for your worth. That distortion feels real, shrinking your world. The toll is cumulative. Anxiety becomes ache, energy depletes, fragility grows. It's not just missing them, it's losing peace, control, and presence in your own life. You cannot control their decision, but you can reclaim your experience of waiting. This needn't be passive suffering, it can be self-preservation and rediscovery. Shift focus to what you can influence, your actions, your well-being, your life. Eat well, feel the sun, protect your sleep. Small anchors calm an anxious brain. Create a soft, firm boundary. Give your mind a break from checking. Resist chasing or pressuring. Seeking clarity too hard can push them away. Say yes to connection and simple joys. Live visibly. Show yourself and them your life has value with or without their participation. Remember, their choice reflects their path, not your worth. Lean on support, voice your feelings, and trust this is temporary. The waiting will end. Your story continues. No matter what they decide, your life does not have to remain on pause. You can choose to press play today. Focus on what you can control. Avoid chasing or pressuring the other person. Continue living your life while they decide. Recognize your worth is not determined by someone else's choice. The pain often comes less from losing the relationship and more from losing certainty and control. Sometimes the hardest part isn't hearing no, it's waiting for an answer. But regardless of what they decide, your life doesn't have to stay on pause. You can step off the platform and keep moving, with care for your heart and faith in your future. Press play on your life.